Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Veterans Day. I'm hoping you recognize these wonderful gentlemen behind me, but I have the Quilting Marine, Mark, and Combat Quilter, Andrew, and we are standing in front of the Quitman Courthouse where we were going to do a wonderful Veterans Day celebration, but the weather has gotten a hold of the day. So we're moving it inside Stitchin Heaven at the new Expo Center, so we will take you there in a moment. But I want you to hear from both of these gentlemen what they think today is going to be.
You outrank me, therefore I have to go first.
Okay, you want to go first?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. So Andrew, what are you thinking is going to happen today, man?
I just think it's going to be awesome to reach out and allow people to see some of the viable assets and resources and things that, you know, therapeutic value that quilting and sewing has and can change somebody's life. Not just the person doing the quilt, but also the people receiving it.
Awesome. Hey, top that.
All right. So I'm here to share my experience, to share what I know, and to give people the resources that they can use to learn how to quilt, to move further in their quilting, and to enjoy quilting and to see what quilting can do in their lives. Andrew?
That's it.
That's it. All right, well, we better get to work.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
that'll work.
Okay, it's starting already an hour early as the guests are starting to arrive. We're in the area where we're going to be doing demonstrations after we award our veterans and first responders with their quilts today. But Mark and Andrew are in here with their incredible quilts, and so folks are already flocking around and getting some information and photos and stuff. So this is going to be an incredible day, and we're just so glad to have you along here with us. Andrew and Mark and myself are going to be up here. We've got some fun little demonstrations. We've got the rest of the afternoon. If anybody would like to sit here and send some stitches down range with us, thank you, Mark, for that wonderful turn. We're just really, really excited to have all of you. Thank you so much for listening to some of our message out there. And if we really can help you take on a new craft or a new skill set that will help you process some of the things you are going through on the daily, we would love to. And this morning over coffee and breakfast, Andrew and Mark and I were talking, and you know, our biggest concern is there's just so many things out there that divide us for so many reasons. And most of the things, when you really get down to it, we have more in common than we have against each other, you know? So I'm just going to encourage us all to keep looking for the things that we have in common and supporting those things in each other, and kind of look past the things we might have that are different, because they're probably not as different as we really think. So thank you all for being here. To the veterans, thank you so very much, and our first responders, thank you for keeping me safe. I so appreciate it, and thank you for being here today. So Mark, what did you think about today now, man? Hours and hours later, how are you doing?
It was a lot different than what I expected. I was emotionally hit with receiving a quilt. I've never received a quilt. I make quilts, that's what I do, and give them away. But receiving one, I realized how impactful receiving a quilt really is. You know, I can assume and think what it is, but when it hit me, it was like a weight falling on me. And making friends like Andrew, yourself, everyone here, yeah, it definitely changed how I think about my world. My world is so small compared to what's really going on in the quilt world.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really neat to see you get awarded with a quilt. I didn't know that was going to happen.
I had no idea. Andrew goes strutting up there like a peacock, and I'm like, oh man, he's about to get a quilt. That's awesome. And then he's like, they call me up, and I'm like, all right, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. Who am I wrapping this quilt? And it was emotional. It was
for you.
You see, I had to leave the room, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave the room.
So now I'm going to really put you on the spot. I have a feeling you're going to really, really enjoy giving quilts now that you feel that feeling of receiving.
Now the giving part is even more important. Yeah. It has way more weight. You know, my thing is building the quilt and getting it out. Now it takes on a whole new meaning. Now that I understand what the receiving is. Yeah. I'm a giver. My wife is a giver. My wife calls me the giver. And I love that, playing that role, but receiving is so much more heavy. It's a weight. And I appreciate it. I really do.
Hey man, we were blessed to have you here today.
Bro, I thank you.
There we go. There we go.
Thanks so much, man.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
How was your day? Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you. And I don't know how I can follow that. Earlier, I put him, you know, at that awkward angle, and I said all the impactful stuff of what I thought today was going to be, but it flipped a script and twisted, and it was so much more emotional. I mean, I was prepared. I knew what it was going to be like, but it still wasn't. You could see the people's reactions and their eyes and their faces, and that emotion gets you. And it's hard to sit back and just take it all in all at once, because it's tough. It's emotionally draining. Like my energy level is gone for the day. So if you could, please touch my arm, give me some of your energy.
There we go. We're touching. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I got some of Rob's energy. I'm good now, and now I can bounce back off the wall.
Yeah, let's go see if my new skateboard
All right.
arrived.
Yeah. So let's ride.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna put Suzanne on the spot here too. Suzanne was very instrumental in coordinating a bunch of this as well. So Suzanne, how was your day?
My day was wonderful. It is, when these veterans tell me that how appreciative they are and thank you for what you've done for me, my response to them is, I get back tenfold what I give. And that's how it is. I go home emotionally drained. I go home on a high of, I call this my cocaine. I mean, I want to go do another one so I can experience the high of wrapping it around a veteran, especially a Vietnam veteran, and telling them welcome home. Because I have witnessed over 18 years the healing these things do. It's a miracle. I can't explain it, but they do comfort and heal them, whether it's for a physical wound or an emotional wound. It doesn't matter. The healing is there. It cannot be explained or described. And maybe it's the love. I don't know. It's just the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And I get back more than I give.
Amen. And that love really comes through those quilts too.
It does.
You saw it today for sure.
You do.
And Suzanne, I just want to thank you personally, because the first moments I met you and we started talking about doing something, because you had just come back from delivering some quilts, and I think you'd just been hanging out with Andrew, and you're like, well, you got to get Andrew, you got to get Mark, you got to get all these guys together. And you were the first one to really start to teach me to think Texas big on projects. And so a few days later, boom, these guys were here.
Texas big.
Texas big, baby. Texas big. Thank you very much for.
My pleasure.
Thank you for all that you've done.
My honor.
Awesome.
Veterans, page, hut, present arms. This is our salute to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Ready? 2. Thank you very much, folks.